Let's talk about a very common emotion that comes up and what it means, especially when you are energy drained. This is going to be a very common emotion that comes up, and a statement or saying that you might be saying internally or maybe even out loud is must be nice. I've said it, you said it. Let's just acknowledge the elephant in the room. Must be nice is not only an emotion of envy, but a deeper rooted resentment that can grow within that. And it's an interesting emotion because it's 100% a reflection of you and you not meeting a need that you have, mind, body, or soul. So, for example, someone is off on Friday for PTO, or they're going on vacation next week, and you guys are really busy at work, and you'll say something out loud or to yourself. Must be nice. Must be nice that they can go on vacation right now. Must be nice that they can afford that. Must be nice, must be nice, must be nice. And you say that because there is a deeper need within you that has nothing to do with them. And I tell a story in one of my workforce energy management keynotes about seeing on social media during the COVID pandemic one of my friends going to Disney with her family. And the rest of us are kind of stuck at home. I worked in HR, so I was underwater with the pandemic management and my regular duties. It was a mess. I had 3 kids that were restricted from school because of the stay at home orders. It was just chaos. And she was out on vacation posting these cute little pictures. And I remember just being pissed and thinking to myself, must be nice. And this grew and this grew. And then I saw future posts where she was on a beach and they look like a cute little family. The kids are building sandcastles and it's Midwest winter where I'm at. I'm talking like really cold, icy winter. And she's like sunning, glistening on the beach. And I'm just like, feeding off of this resentment, right? I'm draining my energy. I'm stressing myself out. I'm very mad about this. And it's interesting because regardless of what she's doing, how does that affect me? She's not going to take me on vacation. She's not going to book us a flight to join her. None of what she is doing is going to affect my life. But I allowed it in my own story in my head, in my own emotional baggage here to let it affect me and drain my energy. And so I was angry every time that I opened my social media apps and scrolled and saw things from her. Unfortunately, as this came together, and the sad part of this story is her husband died of cancer, and so this 6 month time frame where they were going on all these trips was kind of the last family memory moments that they could give their small kids because their kids weren't going to get future vacations with their dad, which is just this devastating flip and turn of events, because I am pouring all this hard, deep emotion into her having a vacation, and I'm exhausted and I need a vacation. And it had nothing to do with me. They're going through the worst thing in their life, those poor children that aren't going to have a dad, and they're just trying to make some memories before he passed away. And here I am on my couch just stewing in resentment. So I tell that very ugly story about me, and it does make me the villain. I tell that because that is how strong these emotions can be. That you can give and you can show up for people. You can be the people pleaser like I was, but if you're not taking care of yourself, these emotions have such a strong hold on you that they start to twist what you're actually seeing. Because when I went back through those social media posts in my burnout recovery, because this whole story just weighed so heavy on me, uh, there was medical updates on his condition every post, but I didn't see that because I was just eating and stirring in this envy and resentment of must be nice to go on vacation when we're all stuck here. So we say must be nice often to kind of soothe ourselves of the jealousy that might be, but how strong are you going to let it go? How much are you going to let that run your energy? We say must be nice because you have PTO, must be nice because of this or that, or some kind of convenience that you don't have. And really, that whole perception of them is about you and a need you have. Kelly didn't even want to go to Disney and the beach. She needed a nap. she needed a day off. And so when you really look at when you think, because don't fight the thought, it's a natural thought. If you think when you see something or hear something about someone else and you say, must be nice to yourself, what do you need? Ask that question. If I think that, I think, what does Kelly need right now? Because their situation is not going to affect mine. I'm the only one in control of my reality, my world. And so there's a need that is not being met in one shape or form that I need to deal with when that emotion pops up. And that was so powerful. That was 5 years ago. And that whole story weighs on me. That's why I still tell it, because I got into a really ugly place there of, instead of being happy for someone, genuinely happy for someone for taking a vacation, um, that I became the villain in my own story. So when you hear that whisper, that signal in your head of must be nice, know that it's not about the other person at all. It's about you, and you're missing a need that you need to feed in some shape or form, and you will be able to drive that pattern of energy into a more not only sustainable but healthy direction, because all these little behavioral patterns either feeds the energy or it drains it.